Ohio, 1847. A frail boy named Thomas Alva Edison is born. From the start, life is against him. He is sickly, nearly deaf, and struggles to focus in school. Teachers call him Addled, too slow, too stupid to learn. But one person believes in him, his mother. She pulls him from school and teaches him herself, filling their home with books. In the basement, young Edison builds his first laboratory, jars of chemicals, wires, and strange contraptions scattered everywhere. His curiosity is dangerous. He nearly poisons himself, sets small fires, and drives his family mad. But he is unstoppable. The boy the world thought was broken is learning how to bend the world to his will.
At 12 years old, Thomas Edison leaves school behind and takes a job selling newspapers and candy on trains. But he doesn't just sell, he creates. He sets up a small printing press right inside the baggage car, publishing his own newspaper for passengers, the first of its kind on a moving train. Between sales, he runs experiments in the corner of the car, jars, wires, chemicals rattling as the train moves. His curiosity doesn't stay quiet. One day, an experiment spills and catches fire. Furious, the conductor throws Edison and his equipment off the train. But Edison doesn't stop. He carries the lesson with him. Invention doesn't live in classrooms. It lives in risk, in mistakes, in persistence.
Thrown off the trains, Edison turns to the newest technology of the age, the telegraph. He becomes an operator, tapping out messages across miles of wire. But while others see a job, Edison sees a playground. He takes apart machines, rewires circuits, and experiments late into the night. Soon, he invents improvements, faster transmitters, clearer signals. He earns a reputation as a wizard of the telegraph. The key lesson strikes him. Invention must connect people, make life easier, solve real problems. It's not about showing off, it's about use. In the clicks of the telegraph, Edison finds his rhythm as an inventor.
Edison's first big invention is the electric vote recorder, a machine designed to speed up roll call in Congress. Brilliant, efficient, ahead of its time. But when he demonstrates it, politicians reject it instantly. They don't want faster votes. They want delays, time for persuasion and deals. Edison learns a brutal truth. Invention means nothing if people don't want it. He vows never again to invent something without demand. From now on, every idea must serve the public, not just impress them. Failure doesn't break him. It teaches him the most important rule of invention: usefulness. 1876. Edison builds something the world has never seen before. A laboratory dedicated entirely to invention. Menlo Park. Inside, dozens of assistants work day and night. Shelves overflow with wires, glass, wood, and chemicals. Machines hum, sparks fly, and ideas are tested one after another. This isn't one man in a workshop anymore. It's an invention factory, a place where discovery is organized, industrialized, multiplied. From Menlo Park come hundreds of breakthroughs: the carbon microphone, the electric pen, the phonograph. Each success fuels the next. Edison proves that genius isn't magic. It's work, method, and sweat.
1877. In the middle of his experiments, Edison creates something no one thought possible: a machine that captures the human voice. He recites, "Mary had a little lamb," into a cylinder wrapped in tinfoil,
and the machine speaks it back. The room falls silent. His assistants are stunned. It is as if Edison has stolen sound from the air and trapped it in metal. The phonograph shocks the world. Newspapers call him the Wizard of Menlo Park. People line up just to hear a machine talk. For the first time in history, sound is no longer fleeting. It can be kept forever.
The world still lives in darkness. Candles, oil lamps, and gaslight fill homes with smoke and danger. Edison decides to change it. He begins the race for the electric light bulb. Not an idea, a practical reality. A bulb that lasts, that people can afford. He and his team test one material after another – platinum, bamboo, cardboard, even beard hair. Thousands of experiments fail. Until finally, in 1879, a carbonized filament glows steady inside a vacuum bulb. Hours pass. The light does not die. Edison has done it, the first long-lasting electric light bulb. In a moment, night is no longer darkness. The world can work, read, and live under electric light.
Edison's light needs power, direct current, DC. But another inventor rises, Nikola Tesla, with alternating current, AC, backed by George Westinghouse. A battle begins. Edison fights fiercely, even launching public demonstrations showing AC's dangers. Dogs, horses, even an elephant are electrocuted in grim spectacles. The public watches as science turns into war. Edison refuses to yield, convinced DC is safer. But in the end, AC triumphs. It is cheaper, more efficient, able to travel long distances. Edison loses the battle. Yet from the struggle, electricity spreads across the globe, transforming life forever. Even in defeat, Edison's light reaches every home.
Edison turns his eyes to moving images. He wants to capture not just sound, not just light, but life itself. In the 1890s, he and his team create the kinetoscope, a peephole viewer where people can watch short films. Boxers fighting, dancers twirling, workers leaving a factory. Ordinary moments, but for the first time, preserved forever. Soon, entire parlors are filled with machines. People line up, pay a coin, and watch motion come alive. Though others expand cinema into theaters and storytelling, Edison's spark begins the revolution. Entertainment, art, memory, all reborn through moving pictures.
By the time Thomas Edison dies in 1931, he holds more than 1,000 patents. From the phonograph to the light bulb, from motion pictures to the electric grid, his inventions reshape how humanity lives, works, and dreams. The nation dims its lights in his honor. Cities across America go dark for 1 minute, a silent tribute to the man who gave them light. Edison's story is not just about invention. It is about persistence, failure, imagination, and the courage to try one more time when the world says no. His light still burns in every home, every theater, every recording, a reminder that curiosity and grit can change the world.
Thomas Edison lived most of his life in silence. As a boy, illness and an accident left him nearly deaf. Conductors on the train claimed a blow to the head caused it. Edison insisted scarlet fever was to blame. But others whisper a different theory, that Edison welcomed his silence. Without distraction, without noise, he could focus on ideas. He once said he preferred it. No music, no chatter, no interruptions. Where others might have seen a curse, Edison saw freedom. In the quiet,
He built his world of invention. His hearing loss didn't close doors, it opened them.
Edison hated sleep. He called it a thief that stole time from creation. While most people surrendered to night, Edison fought it. He worked 18 to 20 hours a day, surviving on brief cat naps. Sometimes he fell asleep at his workbench, a book over his chest, or even standing against a wall. He trained himself to wake suddenly, ready to dive back into experiments. His employees groaned, struggling to keep up. Edison didn't just demand brilliance, he demanded endurance. To him, every hour asleep was an invention lost.
In his final years, Edison spoke of a secret invention, one stranger than all the rest. He called it the spirit phone. Edison believed the soul might be made of tiny particles, too subtle for the eye, but perhaps detectable by machines. If that were true, then why not build a device that could hear the voices of the dead? He never unveiled such a machine. Some say it was a hoax to stir curiosity. Others believe he left sketches that were quietly buried. But the idea lingered, the great inventor of the physical world, reaching into the afterlife with wires and circuits. The war of currents pushed Edison to extremes. To prove alternating current was deadly, he staged public executions of animals, dogs, calves, even horses. In 1903, a circus elephant named Topsy, condemned after killing 3 handlers, was brought to Coney Island. Edison's men attached wires to her body. Thousands watched. The switch was thrown, Topsy collapsed in seconds. The event was filmed, broadcast as proof that AC was too dangerous, but history judged it differently. A stain on Edison's name, a reminder that genius can cast shadows as deep as its light.
Edison never stopped thinking. He filled more than 5,000 notebooks, pages of ideas, experiments, sketches, failures, and questions. Inside were visions far ahead of his time. Talking dolls, electric cars, even a machine to mine the sea. Some remained dreams, others dead ends. But together they reveal something powerful, the restless mind of a man who could not stop creating. Today, many of those notebooks survive. Reading them feels like walking through Edison's brain, chaotic, overflowing, alive.
Edison left the world more than inventions. He left words, raw, stubborn, burning with belief. They are the blueprint of his mind. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. The reminder that work matters more than talent. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. The lesson of persistence, written by a man who failed thousands of times before success. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. The voice of someone who turned failure into fuel. The value of an idea lies in the using of it. The call to act, not just dream. And finally, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Thomas Edison died in 1931. The lights of America dimmed in tribute. But his words still shine. His inventions changed the world, and his quotes remind us how.